associates of Trump are also facing state charges. 99 now confirmed dead in Hawaii 1 week after the deadliest wildfire in modern U.S. history.
Over 1 million pounds of food has been delivered, and services and supplies such as food, water, diapers, baby formula are going out.
Hawaii Governor Josh Green. President Biden visits Milwaukee today, touting his work with the economy. Tomorrow marks 1 year since the signing of the Inflation Reduction Act. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
And right now is a little after 7 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp. And I'm Lee Barrows.
And welcome to the Tuesday edition of Live and Local Real Talk. We do appreciate you joining us this morning. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube, as well as on WSME.com. And of course, you know about Simple Radio. Just look for us in there if you're going to be getting out of your vehicle and doing anything this morning. You can find us on your cell phone. Not a problem. And of course, on the radio, 1120 AM and 97.1 FM. Forgot where I was for just a second.
Okay.
It's all right. Sometimes I get it together. First thing I want you, are you guys in a car right now or a truck? Are you driving anywhere? I want you to do something for me. Okay? I want you to put your left hand from its position on the steering wheel and go between the steering wheel and the dash and find a little lever right there. There's a little lever partway between your steering wheel on the left side and the dashboard.
Is that the one that sticks out?
Uh-huh. What does it do?
It indicates a turn.
So if you don't push it, turn it down or up.
You saw me come in the driveway this morning and not use my turn signal.
No, I did not. But I've seen so many vehicles, drivers. One yesterday, driving slowpoke speed on one of the access roads leads over to Lowe's there on Western Boulevard. Driving took forever to turn off the road to Western Boulevard when the light was green. Took her that forever.
Goodness.
And then she slowpoked and slowpoked and slowpoked, and then suddenly just darts into one of the hotels there on the curve. I'm like, really? No turn signal. That's not the only one that I saw yesterday. I started paying more attention to them. Use your blasted turn signal. I don't care where you're from.
Yeah, because I think a lot of these drivers think the person behind them is a mind reader, and they're not.
They don't have a mind to read.
I mean, it is just unreal. This is a huge pet peeve I have, Rayford. So I'm glad you brought this up.
Well, it's just, we'll remind you every day. And one of these days, we're just going to start following cars and call them in and put them over our radio with their tag numbers.
Okay. We need to put one of those things on the top of our cars, like in the Blues Brothers movie, and then get behind them. And then when they don't turn, just immediately broadcast out to them. Use your turn signal. That'll wake them up.
Well, I can easily put one in mine.
Well, these days, you never know who's going to shoot back.
Nah, they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, people are crazy.
Lots of stuff going on, of course, breaking last night. Not unexpected. The indictments against Donald J. Trump out in the state of Georgia, state charges. We'll get into that a little bit more. Some good news yesterday broke just before we got off the air. It actually happened earlier, but nobody was paying attention to it. The 4 divers who went missing Sunday south of Cape Fear rescued by the United States Coast Guard and the U.S. Navy. The divers were found about 12:45 a.m. That's like when it's really dark out there. Yesterday morning, Coast Guard C-130 from Air Station Elizabeth City saw a strobe light in the water flashing an SOS signal. They've got some strobes that you push them on and they will automatically go SOS. You don't have to even know how to do SOS. The C-130 crew launched a life raft from the back of the plane to the divers. The Coast Guard coordinated with a ship. It was a destroyer, a Navy destroyer. It was in the neighborhood. Picked them up until the Coast Guard boat could get there. The divers did crawl into the life raft. Thank goodness. Good for them. And they were rescued about 46 miles southeast of the Cape Fear River, or about 60 some miles off the coast of South Carolina's Myrtle Beach area. They brought back to the Coast Guard Station O'Connell around 6 o'clock in the morning. They underwent medical screening before they were reunited with friends and family. The four of them identified as 64-year-old Ben Wiggins, 26-year-old Luke Lodge, and 46-year-old Daniel Williams and his son, 16-year-old Evan Williams. All were experienced divers. If they weren't, they would not be with us. What apparently occurred, which is what I summarized yesterday, they were right near Frying Pan Towers.
Right.
There is strong currents there.
Yeah.
We dove over one time and we aborted the dive. We were going to check for the current. And we put one guy in the water. He held on to the safety rope, this off the back of the boat, the line. And he held onto that as he jumped overboard. Shoo, he was gone.
Oh, wow.
He pulled himself back to the boat, crawled aboard, and I said, yeah, we're done.
Oh, yeah.
It's enough. There are times those currents are awful. Well, these guys apparently had made it down to the bottom and were doing their thing. What was supposed to be an anticipated about less than an hour dive. They're probably going to have safety stop coming up. But less than an hour, they came up and the boat was nowhere in sight. The boat was where it was, but they had been moved away and they couldn't get back to the boat apparently. And over the next, they went into the water about 9 o'clock, so they came up around 10. And I still don't know if anybody else was in the boat. I'm going to assume not. But somebody on shore notified, we're guessing somebody on shore notified Coast Guard at noon when they had not heard from them. And the Coast Guard launched a search, found the boat, and conducted a big search, as we know, for the next 13 hours.
Well, obviously, they had safeguards in place where they, like, if you don't hear from us by a certain time.
That was a cool thing. It's very smart. So, I don't know whether they could have reached anybody or not by cell phone from out there. It's been a long time since I've been there, but it's about 35 miles from the land, from the nearest point of land. The towers are. And I don't know whether they ever put a cell tower on top of Frying Pan Tower or not. That would be the smartest thing that Verizon could do.
They must have put something out there because they do a live feed from there. It's continuous 24/7.
I know they got that kind of stuff.
Yes.
But you can get internet over shortwave and everything else if you want it.
Right.
Anyway, I'm assuming they do have some kind of internet out there.
Well, Rayford, I was reading where they said that area in particular was more or less named the graveyard of the Atlantic because there's a lot of shipwrecks out there.
Well, it's not just there. It's the entire North Carolina coastline.
Right.
If you, I'll pull up a chart one of these days where they've listed all the different wrecks there are, and they are all over the place.
So maybe they were scavenging?
I probably weren't on the shipwreck right there because that area is fairly clean. It's fairly shallow there. That's why it's called the Frying Pan Shoals.
Yes. And
because they got that tower there all along when the Coast Guard manned it. It used to be a ship, by the way, a light ship they had out there anchored up.
Wow.
And the crew, it did not go anywhere. It had to be under tow. It was a decommissioned vessel. But they, during Coast Guard had a crew on board the ship all the time. And they were rotated off. It's been like 7 days there. When they built the tower, they did the same thing. They took guys out there. And they was in because it's got full living quarters there.
Yes.
And
I contacted them not long ago about coming in on the show.
Yeah.
So
that'd be great.
Yes.
But anyway, it is an area out there. All of the North Carolina coastline is known as the graveyard of the Atlantic. And I've done a bunch of the wrecks, including Queen Anne's Revenge, the U-352 submarine, several blockade runners.
You do the Queen Anne's Revenge?
Yeah.
What did you see?
I put my hands on an anchor and 2 cannon. They were still there.
That is so cool. I want to go up to the Beaufort Museum
Well,
one
you
day.
need to go because they're still taking stuff off of that wreck. They can't take it all off at one time because it would disintegrate because they don't have enough treatment facilities to do it. It has to be submerged and treated in an acid bath and all that to get all the salt out and keep the metal from crumbling away. So they've got a lot of stuff there. It's very interesting. Beautiful place.
Well, I tell you what, it was a happy ending.
Yeah, it was yesterday morning, and the group stayed together. Obviously, they had their BCDs on buoyancy control, buoyancy compensator devices. You can just blow them up with the air that you got from your tank. So that's really good news.
I posted the story on our page yesterday, and it showed some of the pictures of the
Mhm.
family
So-
reunion, and it was just heartwarming.
Yeah.
It really was.
It doesn't always end that way.
No, when we first heard about it, we were just like, oh gosh,
Yeah.
expecting the worst.
Yeah. Anyway, it's and I'm sure that they're probably going to continue diving. I mean, I would. That's just one of those stupid things that occurs. Having nobody in the boat. See, if they had come up and they were too far from the boat and the current was too strong to swim against, somebody in the boat, you could just set off one of your signals or whatever, and they'll start looking for you.
Right.
And
Right.
they can
Well,
come
that
get you.
explains a lot right there.
I'm going to guess that nobody was in the boat.
Yes, that makes sense now.
Mhm.
And that they didn't get the call until noon, because if they were supposed to come up at 10 and they didn't get the call until noon.
Well, somebody jumped right on that, though. I mean, there was
somebody somewhere called
yes.
and got the Coast Guard going. So that's a good thing. Okay, the number one story in the nation right now.
Oh, is it?
A dark time in America's history.
Yes.
That's what former President Donald Trump said when a grand jury returned the fourth indictment against him last night. He says he'll fix all of that when he takes over the White House in 2025, and he'll make America great again.
Mm-hmm.
The latest indictment comes from a grand jury in Georgia that has been listening to evidence surrounding the 2020 election. Trump and more than a dozen others were charged, including his former White House chief of staff, Mark Meadows, his former attorneys, Rudy Giuliani, and a whole bunch of others. The charges include violating Georgia's RICO Act, the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act. That was going to be an interesting one.
They've done quite a few of those.
Solicitation of violation of oath by a public officer. Conspiracy to commit impersonating a public officer. Okay, I'd like to hear about that one.
Yes.
Conspiracy to commit forgery in the first degree, conspiracy to commit false statements and writings, conspiracy to commit filing false documents, conspiracy to commit forgery in the first degree, filing false documents, and solicitation of violation of oath by a public officer. Not all of those people who have been indicted face the same charges. Some of them were mixed up.
Correct.
Trump told reporters after all of this happened, this politically inspired indictment, which could have been brought close to 3 years ago, was tailored for placement right smack in the middle of my political campaign, where I'm leading all Republicans by a lot and beating Joe Biden soundly in almost all polls. Now, comment time. The timing is curious. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure that the same evidence used to obtain the indictments was available at least 18 months ago, not 3 years ago, because that wasn't
A lot of work
none of
to
it
do.
had happened even by then.
Right.
So why wait? The trial could be over by now, and the voters would be able to decide based on public trials whether Trump is the crook that prosecutors claim. With all of this happening in the middle of what promises to be a huge campaign, it's going to be even more difficult for voters to decide which way to go. Now, if Trump is the Republicans' choice and he actually beats Biden before the trials begin, what happens then? Putting a sitting president on trial would be a nightmare. Whatever goes down, this nation will be divided to the extent that we will not only be the laughing stock of the world, we'll be open to an easy takeover over the
Amen.
next couple of years.
Amen.
And we've got a weakened military. The
Yes.
commander-in-chief is weak. The former commander-in-chief is non-existent. What do you say? What do you do? Do you just move forward and hope for the best? If you're the district attorney, I'm just curious about all of it.
Well, she's talking about trying to go to trial within 6 months.
I know that, and you know what?
6 months.
That's right at the beginning of the primary season.
Yes, it is.
That even smacks of more crap.
Mm-hmm.
A Philadelphia teenager was plotting a national attack with members of a global terrorism group affiliated with Al Qaeda and had access to a significant number of guns and was working on building a bomb. The 17-year-old, who has not been named yet, was arrested and faces charges that include possession of weapons of mass destruction and terrorism. He was in the process of building improvised explosive devices with several undisclosed targeted locations that were not just in Philadelphia, according to the FBI. Man, oh man, oh man. We've got some of that. Is 17 years old.
17.
17.
Just a baby.
Should have been in school.
Yes.
3 people arrested, charged with multiple drug offenses. A 2-month joint investigation by local law enforcement officers led by the Onslow Sheriff's Office Drug Enforcement Unit teamed up with NCIS, Holly Ridge PD, the North Carolina Probation and Parole folks, and the FBI's Coastal Carolina Criminal Enterprise Task Force. They, according to a Facebook post on the Sheriff's Office page, they've been working together for some time now to take these folks down. And these, they say on the Facebook page, are directly responsible for the increasing number of overdoses and overdose deaths in our community. 62-year-old Ty Brian Cilley, Cilley, of Sneeds Ferry, charged with 2 counts. You ready? I'm going to get winded after this. 2 counts of sale of methamphetamine, 2 counts of delivering meth, 3 counts of possession with intent to manufacture, sell, or deliver meth, 3 counts of manufacturing meth, 4 counts of maintaining a dwelling for the purposes of controlled substances, 1 count of sale of Schedule 2. I'll tell you what Schedule 2 is in a minute. 1 count of deliver Schedule 2, 2 counts of possession with intent to manufacture, sell, or deliver Schedule 2, 2 counts of manufacturing Schedule 2, and 4 counts of possessing drug paraphernalia. He's under a $200,000 bond. So what's Schedule 2? We see that in news releases all the time. Mm-hmm. That's something that can be prescribed. It's something that is oxycodone, hydrocodone, fentanyl, which is used to put people to sleep. Little things like that. Drugs that have another practical, useful purpose, right? Mm-hmm. But are used by these people to get people high, and they sell it. That's why it's called Schedule 2. Another person, 31-year-old Samantha Perry of Sneeds Ferry, also charged with possession with intent to manufacture, sell, or deliver meth, possession of heroin. Manufacturing heroin would be a Schedule 1, for instance. It has no known good purposes. Manufacturing meth, conspiracy to traffic meth, and possession of drug paraphernalia. She's under a $5,000 bond. Now, a third guy in this ring, 24-year-old Brian Austin Hardman, well known to police and to the Department of Corrections, charged with possession of a firearm by a felon, possession with intent to manufacture, sell, or deliver meth, possession of Schedule 2 controlled substances, and possession of drug paraphernalia. He's being held for the federal guys. Why? Because Mr. Austin's criminal history has him hooked up pretty good on any number of accounts dating back to 2020. Lots of drugs, carrying a concealed weapon, possession of a weapon of mass destruction, and that's a felony there. So that's the reason he's been convicted of the felony. That
weapon will get him.
That guy.
That'll get him more time than anything else.
And then he had a post-release revocation for his probation.
Wow.
So he got nailed on that. One's possession of Schedule 2 with intent to sell and deliver, another felony. And of course, had possession of a weapon of mass destruction, and possession again with intent to sell, Schedule 2. He just got out of jail.
Well, he's going right back.
He's going right back.
Yeah, but the feds are going to have to probably going to get first crack at him.
Yes.
Well, then he'll do all his time. You don't get early release federal prison.
Nope.
Especially for
they don't
drugs.
make deals.
Yeah, no. They don't make deals at all.
Is he the one that had the cool nickname that you saw?
Nope. We're going to go to that guy next.
Okay.
Well, no, that first guy had he's the one who had the cool nickname.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. He's let's see, his name was Cracker Lock.
I like it. Wow.
So anyway,
we need to have cool nicknames like that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
The sheriff's office led another investigation and got help from the Jacksonville PD, their Special Operations Unit, plus probation and parole, and this one out on Burgaw Highway earlier in the month. They got 3 people on that raid as well. Traffic amount of drugs and several stolen firearms.
That'll do. That'll get him right there.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I know he got her walked out the front door. Michael Anthony Carter Jr., Kerr Easton May Smith, and William Paris James were detained and arrested after a search resulted in officers seizing a bunch of dope, cocaine, traffic amount of oxycodone, pills, marijuana, fentanyl, and 16 firearms. And only 2 of those were reported stolen. They're still running the others, no doubt about it. The 35-year-old Carter was charged with trafficking cocaine by possession, trafficking cocaine by manufacture, trafficking opioids by possession, trafficking opioids by manufacture, possession with intent to manufacture, sell, or deliver cocaine, possession with intent to manufacture, sell, or deliver opioids, manufacture cocaine, package, repackaging, manufacture opioids, package or repackaging, maintaining a dwelling for controlled substances, 2 counts of possession of a stolen gun, possession of a gun by a felon, possession of drug paraphernalia, 3 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a juvenile, and 3 counts of child abuse.
Well, okay.
32-year-old Smith lived in the Maple Hill area, also charged with possession of fentanyl, possession of drug paraphernalia. She's under a $5,000 secured bond. Man, oh man, oh man. These people just don't learn, do they?
Well, I think
They don't learn.
that what the judges need to be doing and the DA's office does not need to be doing is making deals. I say, if you're a drug dealer, I didn't say user, I said dealer.
And more than that, they are trafficking.
Yeah, DEALER. If you're a drug dealer, these judges and the DA's office need to stop making deals.
Yep.
Put these morons in jail, and that might, rephrase my statement, prison, and that might actually deter them from, from dealing, and that may help curb the drug addiction issue. If there's no one to get it from, people that are addicted will, off of them will be forced to have to go to treatment because they won't be able to get their fix. But a lot of times,
there's another one to take their place.
These individuals,
Sure.
They get slaps on the wrist and they think, okay, well, I'm going to be out. I'm going to get probation, which is a joke. And you wonder why the problem doesn't get any better. It's like, do you remember back in the day? I mean, this is really back in the day, the chain gangs.
Yes, I do.
They were a deterrent.
The guy with a double-barrel shotgun, making sure they were studying real hard.
I remember seeing
People didn't want to go to jail.
Nope.
And then they kind of got rid of them. And then all of a sudden jail became okay.
Yep.
So let's go back to the basics, folks. Deter.
All right.
Okay, we got to take a break. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME. You want to chat? We got some time coming up. 910-333-0139. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can save just by being you. DriveWise in the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback. And by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe just by being yourself. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today. Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other state government discounts. Savings vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer, and you should be too, with the Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series. These lawn tractors were engineered for strength, comfort, and versatility. Each machine features a strong deck with a variety of sizes available, designed to deliver a premium cut. An assortment of attachments and accessories, sold separately, allow you to use your mower for more than just cutting grass. Stop by Mills International Incorporated today and find out how the Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series is tailored to help unlock all the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street for exceptional offers, expert advice, and superior service.
If you love ocean pier fishing, the Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant located at mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach is the place for you. The Seaview Pier is a family pier complete with bait and tackle shop, rod and reel rentals, and accessories. The restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner and features a complete menu from burgers to ocean fresh seafood, straight to you from the briny blue. With the Seaview Motel right next door and the most affordable rates on the coast, you can make it a vacation or a weekend of Carolina pier fishing. It's all here, including the fish. The Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant, mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach, across the bridge, just south from Seas Ferry. To find out what's biting or for motel reservations, call anytime 910-328-3172.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swanboro, and Holly Ridge.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
Have your Jones Onslow monthly electric bills been arriving a little later than usual? We have noticed that the mail is taking a bit longer than expected, so we want to share other options to review and pay your monthly bill. One way is through paperless billing and notifications. When you sign up for paperless billing, you will receive an email each month when your statement is available to view online at our website. Sign up for paperless billing under the Account Management section of My Account at joemc.com. Another way is through our mobile app. You can download the JOEMC mobile app for fast, easy, secure access to your account anytime. You can view your balance, pay your bill, report an outage, track your usage, and schedule alerts and reminders. These are just a few ways you can stay on top of your bill. Go to My Account on joemc.com to view all the ways we're helping you stay in control of your monthly electric bill. Member focused, service driven. That's our co-op.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
All right, guys, I got to finish your breakfast. Go ahead and eat up. Hurry up. Hurry up now. Go ahead. You got 1 hour. You need to get on down to Tideline Marine in an hour. The doors will be opening at that time, and you want to spend some time walking around the property, looking at some of the new boats. They get some great ones, by the way. Todd will be there bright and early. George and Elise and John. And Sean's going to be out in the shop working. Larry, I think, will be there today as well working. The place is going to be full of people. So you need to hurry on down there before they get too tired to walk around and show you all those boats. They got the Aloha pontoon boats. They've got tritoons. That's what they're known as, but most people just call them pontoons. They got that third tune right down the middle, the tube. So they're more stable. They get up and travel a lot faster than the old pontoon boats. So you take a look-see. And I think there's 2 of them on the lot now. And then there are a couple of aqua sports still on the lot there that you need to check them out. And they are nice boats, very stable ride in the ocean and the rivers. Even it doesn't get too choppy in the river unless there's a hurricane around to be able to take these boats out. Sometimes the little John boats, they back and forth. They're a little lightweight, but these bigger boats, they can handle it. They can also handle nearshore fishing. And there's one there. It's a good offshore boat if you want that to try that for size as well. And then, of course, there are the Lund boats. For those of you who prefer the backwaters, trout fishing, red fishing, the Lund John boats, they're a heavy-duty John boat. It's not the little flimsy ones that you see in some of the big box stores out there that just wiggle even when a light wind blows. Nope, these are nice heavy-duty metal boats. So, and they're really, you need to take a look-see at them. They look like they've been custom built, some of them. And that's the way they do them as well. Offshore, Tideline Marines at 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Offshore today, southwesterly winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25, seas 4 to 5, dominant period 5 seconds. Sounds and rivers will be choppy. There is a small craft advisory in effect from this morning through late tonight. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, 3 to 5, sounds and rivers a moderate chop. And on Thursday, southwesterly winds again 10 to 15, seas 3 to 5, sounds and rivers a moderate chop once again.
All right, y'all. Today, mostly sunny, high of 95. However, I think this is our greatest heat index value yet, with heat index values between 112 and 115, and also hot gusty winds as high as 22 miles an hour. So please be careful if you're going to be outside for any amount of time.
Absolutely.
Tonight, there could actually be some heavy rainfall. Otherwise, increasing clouds, low of 75. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms are likely, mainly after 2 p.m. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, high of 88. Tomorrow night, same, mostly cloudy, low of 72 with the showers and thunderstorms. And actually on Thursday, showers and thunderstorms appear to continue. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, excuse me, a high of 85.
85. I'm going to freeze.
That's coming in with the showers and thunderstorms.
Yeah, I think that front's coming down. It's going to stall right off the coast and keep us kind of cool. A lot of rain, but I'll take the rain.
Yeah, it would do wonders right now. Put some of the dust down for sure. An FBI supervisory special agent told congressional investigators that the Biden transition team and Secret Service headquarters were tipped off in December of 2020 about a planned interview of Hunter Biden. Yep, a tip-off that resulted in the interview of then-President-elect Biden's son not taking place at all, even while he was labeled the target of the years-long federal investigation. The agent, who worked for the Bureau for more than 2 decades, has retired from the Bureau, did it last year, participated in a transcribed interview under oath behind closed doors with the House Oversight Committee last month. I wonder why we didn't hear anything about that. His testimony came amid whistleblower allegations that prosecutorial decisions made throughout the Hunter Biden investigation, led by U.S. Attorney David Weiss, were influenced by politics. IRS whistleblower Gary Shapley testified that the Biden transition team and the Secret Service were tipped off about the planned interview of Hunter Biden. The agent corroborates Shapley's testimony. Attorney General Merrick Garland last week sought to clear the cloud of alleged politicizing, politicizing, right? Politicizing. I can't say it.
You're fine. We know what you mean.
Politicizing the investigation into the president's son, who pleaded not guilty to 2 misdemeanor tax charges and a felony gun charge after an orchestrated plea deal with the Justice Department fell apart in federal court on grounds of unconstitutionality. Oh, my. Garland last week appointed Weiss as a special counsel in the investigation into Hunter's and other matters that arose or may arise from that probe. That appointment has left Republicans and critics of Garland outraged and with questions as to how the same prosecutor who has been leading the investigation for more than 4 years and accused of allowing politics to influence decisions could now lead the probe with a newfound perception of independence from the Biden Justice Department. The FBI supervisory special agent's testimony highlighted some of the decisions made throughout the probe, including steps to interview Hunter Biden, the target of that investigation, and how they differed from any other investigation this 20-year veteran of the FBI had ever been involved in. The FBI agent testified that years into the investigation, which began actually in November of 2018, It was in time to interview. Never did they get a chance to interview Hunter Biden. The initial plan was to make approaches of multiple witnesses to include Hunter on December 8th of 2020, weeks after the presidential election. That was done, so it looked like it was no interference in the election process, last-minute dirt stuff. The initial plan was to have the local field office of the Secret Service be notified the morning of the interview to diminish opportunities for anybody else to be notified. The agent said, I was working with my management on that, as well as headquarters, our FBI headquarters. The night before, on December 7th, the agent said he was informed that the FBI headquarters had contacted Secret Service headquarters and had made a notification at that time or somewhere around that time on the evening of the 7th. The agent said he believes the Biden transition team was notified of the intent to interview Hunter as well, and he said he was upset when he learned of that communication. The word filtered back to the Bureau. You cannot approach the house to talk with Hunter, they said. They had to wait a block or two away. And he was never furnished the opportunity to interview Hunter. What a botched investigation due to nothing but politics.
It's a hot mess.
Yeah, it is a hot mess. Who was in charge of the FBI at that time?
Oh, yes. Wasn't it James Comey?
Nope, Mr.
No.
Wray.
Who?
Didn't Chris Wray take over at that time?
I don't know
thought,
who
I
that
thought
guy even
Comey
is.
was still there. I don't know.
I don't
You
think
may be absolutely
I don't think
right.
Comey was there when Biden took over, or he would have stayed.
All right. I think you're right.
Yep. But anyway, they have to notify the Secret Service transition team. We understand that, right? Because they can't just go walking into wherever the house is. It wasn't the White House at that time because Biden didn't live there. But they can't just approach suddenly for their own sake. They can't come in with their guns and stuff and do whatever.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get a shootout between two federal agencies, one not knowing the other's coming.
Agreed.
You were correct. Christopher
Wray.
Yes.
Okay. So he obviously is the one who notified the Biden team, the transition team, and notified Secret Service. Not a doubt in my mind. It came from headquarters, and it wouldn't have come without him doing the blessing. Why would you do that? Why, as an investigative unit of the highest level, the FBI, why would you do that the night before?
Why would you? Nope.
That's like it's calling that idiot that was in charge of Iraq and telling him in 30 days, if you haven't given us your weapons of mass destruction, we're going to invade you. Why do you do that? They haven't given them up yet.
Well,
right.
Don't tell them we're going to do something. Just do it.
Do you think he did it so to avoid like the shootout, for example?
No, they were notifying the morning of before
Okay.
they went over. They would never go in first.
Okay. I'll give him 5 minutes notice. Hey, we're down the street. We're coming in.
Open your door. Guess who's here?
Yeah.
Guess who's
Oh,
for
yeah, I
breakfast?
would give him that kind of notice. Yeah.
But that will be the Secret Service team. You can give the Secret Service team that kind of information and tell them that it is classified. And if
then they wouldn't have alerted
and if it
anybody.
gets leaked, then it's all on them.
Yeah. True.
Okay? But the Bureau headquarters notified them the night before.
Give him time to prepare.
And this agent said, I was told to stay 2 to 3 blocks away. Do not enter that house. No.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Overall,
I hope they get an indictment against him and the federal agents can go get him and pick him up. That would be the one wonderful thing to happen. Because we know he's guilty.
I agree with that.
I just don't know why it took him 2 years to look at his laptop computer.
but yeah,
That's botched.
That's very
It's been
botched.
screwed up all the way through. And this is back during Trump's term as well. When Trump was in office, they had all this stuff and they didn't do anything with it. Let's take a break while I cool off. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSMA.
When vacationing on our beautiful Crystal Coast, you come for the slower pace, the gentle waves, the salty air, and the quality time with family and friends. So while you enjoy our little piece of paradise, let the Barrow Low Country Kitchen help with meals. We'd love to cater your next family event with one of our Carolina-style seafood boils, enough to feed your entire crew. Or enjoy your meal outside at our pavilion on the waterfront. Come by land or by boat to the Barrow Low Country Kitchen in downtown Swansboro.
Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986.
Down East is your local Bryant Factory authorized dealer. Down East, Bryant, whatever it takes to keep you cool.
Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986. DownEastHeating.com.
Need service on your present cooling system? Just call Down East. Looking to replace your cooling system in your home or office? Down East and Bryan is ready to do whatever it takes to keep you cool on these hot summer days. Ask about 0% interest for 60 months. Down East, Bryant, whatever it takes.
Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986. DownEastHeating.com.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay. Some of you folks out there, these ladies here won't remember, of course. Where were you on this date in the year 1969? Do you remember where you were on this date, 1969? You don't remember.
I was a baby.
Oh, I was right here.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, right here.
Well, obviously you weren't at Woodstock then, because people who were at Woodstock can't really remember anything. August 15th, 1969, the Woodstock Music Festival opened on a patch of farmland in White Lake, a little hamlet in the upstate New York town of Bethel. Promoters John Roberts, Joel Rosenman, Artie Cornfield, that's with a K-O-R-N field, and Michael Lang originally envisioned the festival as a way to raise funds to build a recording studio and rock and roll retreat near the town of Woodstock, New York. The longtime artist colony was already a home base for Bob Dylan and other musicians. Despite their relative inexperience, the young promoters managed to sign a roster of top acts, including the Jefferson Airplane, The Who, The Grateful Dead, Sly and the Family Stone, Janis Joplin, huge draw, Jimi Hendrix, huge draw, and the good old CCR, the Creedence Clearwater Revival group. Some great groups they had.
My sister went. She still can't remember what she did there.
Plans for the festival were on the verge of foundering, however, after both Woodstock and the nearby town of Wallkill denied permission to hold the event. Dairy farmer Max Yasgur came to the rescue at the last minute, giving the promoters access to his 600 acres of land in Bethel, 50 miles from Woodstock. So almost fell through. And I don't know how much money was made. I have no idea. No doubt there was a lot. And my goodness, mud, filth.
Sure.
Dope.
Look, they didn't care.
They didn't care. they were out of it. So who
sounds
knows?
almost like a NASCAR race.
Oh well, hopefully NASCAR's not that bad.
Depends on which race you go to. You go to Talladega, do not take kids.
Do
not
really?
take kids with you.
Why?
Because it's party the whole time.
Well, what kind of partying?
Out in the campground, out in the fields.
A lot
of things that it's like another Woodstock. Plus, a lot
Really?
of people don't like to wear clothes out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Or just most of them should have their clothes on.
yes, most definitely. Please put your clothes on.
Well, it's whatever it is. It's whatever it is, I guess. What else we got cooking?
What else
Coming
have
up at
we
8
got?
o'clock in a few
Yes.
minutes, we've got.
Jarek Vernon,
Uh-huh.
Deputy Director, Eastern Carolina Human Services, which is a nonprofit.
Kelly knows a little bit about
Yes,
that.
Kelly does. Could take it away, Kelly.
They are holding an event this Friday for economically depressed individuals here. There will be a lot of local agencies there giving away information, items, etc. And I believe it's from 10 to 2.
Okay, we'll find out in
Over
about
in the
I
15
put it
minutes
on
from
our
now.
Facebook page, the flyers. I just put it on there a few minutes ago.
So stand by for that. If you've got a phone call you want to make it now. 910-333-0139. Give us a call. You got something you want to chat about. We don't know how busy we're going to get after 8 o'clock. Republican presidential contender, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, is re-upping his call for Disney to drop its lawsuit against him and other state officials in his ongoing fight with the entertainment giant, warning the company it is going to lose. DeSantis was asked during a sit-down with CNBC what he would say to Disney CEO if Governor were to call and discuss what has become a very public feud that began under former Disney chief Bob Chapek. I would just say, go back to what you did well. I think it's going to be the right business decision, is what DeSantis responded to. We basically moved on, and they're still suing the state of Florida. They're going to lose that lawsuit. So what I would say is drop your lawsuit. DeSantis said Disney has had problems apart from its battle with Florida, and said he believes parents have lost some confidence that this is a company that's really speaking to what they want and the way they had been traditionally. I do not remember Disney under Walt Disney or since then having issues like this.
Agree.
I haven't been.
Things have just fallen apart.
I haven't been in many years, but when we went and had a good time. It's just gotten crazy. The whole world's crazy. DeSantis is going way right.
Yeah, he does. He goes extremely way right. Some of the stuff is his business. Some of it is not his business. They want what DeSantis wanted is for the state legislature to strip Disney's self-governing authority and create the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District, which they would now have complete control over the development. I don't know. This is a private company. Why can't it do its own business? This would be like wanting our government to take over control of, GE or Ford or whatever. Why would you even propose doing something like that?
Good question.
DeSantis, I think you're out in the wrong ballpark here, completely
I
and
don't
totally.
like him anyway. So,
Uh,
Rayford, real quick.
Yeah.
Today is National Lemon Meringue Pie Day and National Relaxation Day. So I think people should just call out of work, relax, and eat lemon meringue pie.
I think that would be even better if we could, maybe our bosses could arrange to get some lemon meringue pie delivered to Tideline Marine today.
Lemon
George,
meringue
are you
pie
listening?
Is so good.
I love it.
I do too. I like it a lot.
I'm just wondering where I can
I
find
don't
one.
eat enough of it, but I do like
I
it.
don't know how to make pies.
I do. I've made one years ago. I mean, my grandmother helped me. So that was when you make the meringue, by hand. And it's a chore, but it's fun.
Yeah, okay.
You got to do it right. But
More fun to eat.
heck yeah.
So-
I like lemon bars.
Where can I find some lemon meringue pie? Who makes it?
I'm
I'm
sure
sure.
some restaurant around here would have it. They would have to. There has to be somebody. around
Sure,
here.
the kettle.
I'm pretty
They're not
sure.
open on Tuesdays.
Oh,
so
that's right.
out.
They're not open on Tuesday.
Oh,
No.
I know a place, Riverview, that make big pies. You can get pies to go there.
Wow.
They make delicious
Well, if
pies.
anybody's listening and wants to whip up a lemon meringue pie this morning, please take a bite, Tideline Marine.
A bite.
I'm telling you,
Yes.
Does anybody know anybody
What a
around
big
here that
pie.
actually sells pies?
Yeah.
We'd like to know.
Yeah, who sells lemon meringue pies that I can get to today?
Yeah.
While
Lemon
I'm
meringue
eating,
pies are
trying to
great.
eat lunch.
Now I'm getting hungry.
Oh,
Me
those
too.
are amazing.
Let's take a break. You're live and local,
Yes.
Real Talk on Freedom 97.
Food break.
We're going to go up there, see if there's any lemon meringue pie in there. I know there's not. You're live and local, Real Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
C&S Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957, with 3 locations serving the Crystal Coast, has everything you need from brushes to Olympic stain and quality Benjamin Moore paint. Benjamin Moore offers unmatched color and durability, so the color will last for years to come. Whether a do-it-yourselfer or paint contractor, when you shop C&S Paint Center with 3 locations, you're not just improving your home or construction site, you're supporting a local business too. C&S Paint Center, Olympic Stain, and Benjamin Moore. Paint for everything that matters. C&S Paint Center, 105 Wayne Drive, Morehead City, 6 Doris Avenue, Jacksonville, and 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point. C&S Paint, phone 910-455-0210. Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
Coastal Bank and Trust thanks you for allowing us the privilege of handling all your banking needs, including personal and commercial loans to mortgage services. With locations in Jacksonville, Holly Ridge, Richlands, and Morehead City, Coastal Bank and Trust truly is a community bank dedicated to those we serve and is proud to be a part of the continued growth of Onslow, Carteret, and surrounding counties, and looks forward to meeting you. Thank you for voting us the best of the best 5 years in a row. FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vented cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax. We're on the way.
Modern Exterminating 627 College Street, Jacksonville has proudly been serving the pest control needs of Onslow and surrounding counties since 1952. That's 70 years of protecting the health and property of our citizens from rodents, termites, mosquitoes, and all other pests. Modern Exterminating offers inspection without obligation. Being authorized to serve government quarters, Modern Exterminating takes this opportunity to thank those who serve and allowing us to handle all your pest control needs. If what they use don't zap them, they'll trap them. And if you're not satisfied, they'll step on them. Stops here. Modern Exterminating, family owned and operated since 1952. Call today 910-455-5122. That's 910-455-5122 for Modern Exterminating. Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Well, 2 of us remain.
2 of us are still
Yeah,
here.
2 are still left standing. That's what we got. Kelly had to take off.
Yes. Have you read this transcript that of the phone call between Trump and other people about the Georgia election?
No.
It's a very long transcript.
No, I have not.
And this is one that's at the center of attention. I'm going to post it on our Facebook page later.
Okay.
It's a full transcript. It's interesting.
What's the gist of it?
The gist of it is him more or less demanding that they go out and find votes for him. But it just
The Board of Elections?
no, he had there was quite a few people involved in it. Mark Meadows for one, and
Go out and find votes.
yes, go out and find the votes. But he was under the firm belief that there was a lot of mischief there. But I was trying to find one of the. He's trying to. It just goes on and on and on and
I
on.
would
and
imagine
on in
that
Donald Trump fashion.
every person running for election is reaching out to his staff and whoever is his support team. How about making sure you get the vote out, get the people to come out and support me, vote for me?
it doesn't matter who you are. You have the right to challenge an election. You
Yeah.
have a right to question the
Yeah.
votes.
Uh-huh.
But it's the way he did it and the accusations
Mm.
that he made that got him in trouble. So,
Okay, this phone call was after the election?
yes.
Oh, a different story.
Yes.
Completely different story. Yeah, well, that was no. So, you heard Biden earlier. He was asked about the wildfires out there in Hawaii,
Yes.
and he declined to comment.
I know. I wonder why.
Did he not know about it?
Well, maybe he didn't have his presser written up telling him what to
Possibly.
say. That's the only thing I can think of because, and that brings to mind. Yesterday, Donald Trump did a video expressing his condolences to the people there
Mm-hmm.
and talking about how tragic it was and that he wishes them the best and, on and on and on. But in the same presser, he starts bashing Biden for, and calling Biden names for not making a comment on it all. And I'm like, well, you just took away from the condolences that you just gave to the people there, in my opinion. I mean, why do that?
Yeah, that is, he's trying to create your own political agenda. It's just wrong.
It is.
No. Yeah, I guess everybody's given his press secretary a lot of grief for not pronouncing names right, kind of like me. Politicization.
I do that every day.
Yep.
Yeah. And a lot of mine is my brain is faster than my mouth. And so by the time I get to something, my brain's already past it. But that's just the way it is.
I guess what they're calling a new, well, I guess he's not new, but it's a new song he's got. Blue collar political anthem, Rich Men North of Richmond.
Yeah, you go, Jason.
It bumped Jason Aldean
Oh, it
off
bumped
the
him
top
off?
spot because it's not him.
Oh.
It's what's his guy name? Unknown guy, unknown artist, relatively. Oliver Anthony's Blue Collar Anthem. He's from Virginia.
And not Jason Aldean off?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Gained internet fame last week after YouTube channel Radio WV shared his passionate performance on their channel, the politically charged song explaining the frustrations felt by blue-collar workers over corrupt politicians in Washington, racked up millions of views on YouTube and on X. That used to be Twitter, In just a matter of days, the song skyrocketed to the top of the iTunes country chart. And tried that in a small town with Jason Aldean's, put him down.
Well, I think most
Amazing.
everybody has passed the Jason Aldean.
Yeah, he's had
song.
enough.
I liked the song, and I didn't find anything wrong
I
with
didn't find
it.
anything wrong with it.
I thought it was a great song. I mean, I understood what he was saying, and it kind of just, you think about your own town and the pride you have in your own town.
Yeah, his lyrics, Anthony's lyrics, compare starving people in the street to obese Americans abusing the welfare system, and laments the suicide epidemic of young men. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. That's what he sings.
Yes. I have to go.
Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground because all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Interesting song. I'll have to play it. I'll have to pull that out. I can't play it on the air here because Facebook will kick us off, but I'll play it anyway sometime after the show. All right, let's take a break. Because coming up right after the break, we've got a young man in here, and he's we're going to talk about an event that's coming up this Friday too. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Gianna Jelosi. A Georgia grand jury charging former President Donald Trump and 18 others, including Rudy Giuliani and former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, of running a criminal enterprise around the 2020 election.
To block the counting of the votes of the presidential electors. who were certified as the winners of Georgia's 2020 general election.
That's Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis. She's asking for a trial date within the next 6 months. The death toll in Maui nearing 100, but officials warn scores more could be found dead as search crews comb through the historic town of Lahaina. Jeff Melchior lives there.
Everybody's in shock. This thing happened so quickly, and in a few hours went from having a lovely house in Lahaina to absolute devastation, loss of life.
FEMA is assisting those in need. America is listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
And we're back. And before we get over here to our guest, Jerry Vernon, let's go ahead and talk with Melissa. Hey, Melissa, what's up?
Sister.
Good morning, Rayford. How are you?
I'm vertical.
Well, that's always a good thing, right?
Yeah, and on this side of the dirt so far.
Yeah, I just wanted to call in really quick and
What's up?
say hi to you and Lee. And I see Kelly left before I could get in there.
Yeah, she
before I
took
could
off.
get on the air with you. But just a few little updates or reminders, I guess, per se. So we have a recent update that came out with our weekly update on Friday. And there was a little bit of confusion about what's going on with the metal detectors. Yes, metal detectors were purchased. They are not for everyday use. They are for when we have big school events or after school activities like athletic events where I'm sure you know from your law enforcement time that sometimes that's where the worst of the worst can occur with, people wanting to fight and, controversy and things like that. So
Seems to be that way.
the purpose of that is for that time period. Special events, not the daily use. Now, however, they are portable. So if they chose to pull them out for something for suspicious reason, then that's also an option. So those are there's 15 of them, and they're focusing on the middle and high school kind of thing.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'm really excited about that. Now, next up, clear backpacks. Clear backpacks. There's been rumors going around that we're going to spring it on people last minute, that it's going to be all school sites, and that's just not true. Currently, it's only Northside High School and Jacksonville High School because that's where the need is. Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I have to elaborate on that, right?
Right.
So, those are just a few things. And besides cell phone policy, no phones. They help if you put them up, not to have fights, not to have kids texting their friends or planning and plotting bad things from happening. So, if you need to contact your kid or they need to contact you, you're welcome to send an email to them through their school email account. They can still go to the office and call home like we did back in the good old days if there is an emergency. So, just getting back to the basics, if I can talk this morning, and focus on instruction because that is why we send kids to school every day. So, that's all I have. But enjoy your guest. Any questions?
Thank you.
before I go?
Yeah, I will go ahead and ask you. I'm going to start this rumor. Uniforms are going to be required the first day of school, right?
Don't start that.
No, sir, they're not.
One question,
But
Melissa.
I mean, hey, at this point, I'm surprised that's not a rumor that's not already started. So,
Melissa,
no,
I
they're
have a
not.
question.
We only have uniforms somewhat used at one elementary school, and they have actually pulled away from the year-round calendar too.
Okay.
So, yeah, but no uniforms at all campuses. I hope we never get there, but who knows?
Yeah.
All right, real quick, you still need school bus drivers?
Can you repeat that?
Do you still need school bus drivers?
Yes, we do, and among other things, there's been a new position created, like the school monitors. The school monitors are pretty much glorified hall monitors that are adults. A lot of retired military spouses, things like that, and they help to deter things. So besides bus drivers, we need that. Cafeteria workers, teachers even. So if you're a retired teacher out there and you would like to, come back part-time or for a little while or whatever, we would entertain you applying, and we appreciate it a lot. But the bus drivers, we have had to set the schedule back for the bus scale. The district did live for earlier in the day, and some of them are on double routes. middle school and high school particularly. And so the first few weeks of school, I ask that everyone give grace and have patience, because, you know, the bus drivers that are going to be new, and some of them are going to be handling routes they haven't before. And so, you know, just give them some grace, be patient, and hopefully we'll all be off to a happy and healthy school year.
Okay.
All right. Very
Thank
good.
you, ma'am.
Melissa, thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
And now, Jarek Vernon, Deputy Director of Eastern Carolina Human Services. Did I get all that right?
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Appreciate you coming in. I know that let's talk a little bit about what this organization does. We know a little bit, but Kelly has conveyed to our listeners from time to time a little bit. What are the nuts and bolts of it? What do you actually do? I know it's private, it's nonprofit, right?
Right.
So what happens over there?
Fantastic. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to come to speak about our agency and the work that we do. Again, I'm Jarek Vernon. I'm the Deputy Director at Eastern Carolina Human Services Agency, Inc. I'm truly one of many, several team members who are selfless professionals that are dedicated to helping people who need a hand up. That they don't need a handout. They truly need a hand up. And again, we are a private, nonprofit community action agency. We serve families in Duplin, Onslow, and New Hanover counties. And our mission is to improve the lives of low-income families by helping them to become self-sufficient. This has been our mission for over 50 years, along with our grant-funded programs like Section 8 Housing and the CSBG Family Self-Sufficiency Program. We partner and collaborate with resources across the counties we serve to ensure families get access to the services that they need and they deserve.
What kind of services are we talking about?
So we have a self-sufficiency program where the goal is to help families rise above the poverty guideline. And I'm so glad you asked me that question, because last year, the self-sufficiency program assisted 300 plus families. Wow. And out of those 300 plus families, we were able to help 15 of those families rise above the poverty guideline. And those that did not rise above the poverty guideline, they still receive services that help remove barriers with the goal of rising them above the poverty guideline. We also, one of our core programs is a Section 8 housing program. That program currently assists 600 plus families with housing support. So we're really happy to be able to do this work, especially since the pandemic. Pandemic has really been hard for everyone in every industry.
So you guys, you work on counseling too with kids and all that sort of good stuff?
So the beauty of it is we're always writing for grants, but the two core programs, again, is the CSBG Self-Sufficiency Program and Section 8 Housing, and those programs assist the entire family.
Okay.
So as long as you're a part of the household, you can receive services through both of those programs.
Okay. How many people are involved? How many people do you have on staff?
So currently, we have 18 staff members. That fluctuates depending on the type of grant. The CARES funding that have been absorbed at this point allowed us to hire quite a few more people. We had around 28, almost 30 people just a few months ago. And as those programs, are over or completed, whether it's successful or not, we still had to downsize to be able to continue to do this work.
How many people are you serving right now total?
All the programs, so 800 plus the 300, I would say probably around 12, probably around 1,200 people.
That's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
And there's truly more families that get served than that. But those are families who are currently enrolled in a program. If you can come in our doors, we're not going to turn you away without nothing. The goal is to connect you with services, whether we can provide those services or not. And that brings me kind of to why I'm excited about the event that we're going to be discussing, because it shows how different service providers come together with one goal of helping. If I can't help you, but my friend or my
kind of
buddy,
like the United Way.
there you go, and they're one of our partners.
That's what it sounds like.
They're
I
one of our
was,
partners.
I was looking at your partnerships right here, just some of the notable ones. The North Carolina Community Action Association, USDA, Salvation Army, United Way, as we just said, Onslow County Schools, ONWASA. There's so many of them right here. Jacksonville Transit, Onslow County. I think that's local services, social services. That was in little teeny letters. Jones Onslow. I mean, there's so many here. Duke Energy, the city of Jacksonville. There's so many here that have partnered with you. Very impressive.
Speaking of the partnerships, the city of Jacksonville has been very integral in assisting us throughout the way, and it's really good when you have a municipality or a government type agency, especially a local one, to partner with you towards some goals. We had some veteran programs that they were really interested in, and ever since that program, we've been connected, and it's been amazing.
Are there a lot of military families involved with your group?
Yes. So being this community is pretty much, someone who is a part of it. And I'm a veteran myself, U.S. Air Force veteran. And so whether they're active duty or they're veterans, yes, there are lots of those families that we do assist, because a lot of veterans, being military connected, once they are, they've completed their service, sometimes they find themselves not being able to transition well. So we're there to support them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tell me about this event on Friday.
Fantastic. So prior to the pandemic, we started an annual event themed around defeating poverty in the community. This annual event helps service providers engage the community, provide services and information, but it also provided a place where people could have fun, they could relax, they can enjoy themselves. And last year, our Defeat Poverty event was a huge success. Families had access to 43 vendors, service providers. They were able to get COVID vaccines if they wanted, free shoes, free haircuts. There were giveaways, gift cards, and more. And this year, we have 67 vendors. There's going to be free food, gift cards, free clothes, free shoes, school supplies, and access to support services from Duplin, Onslow, and New Hanover counties. But outside of just that, it's going to be an opportunity where folks from different economic backgrounds, different ethnic backgrounds can come together, enjoy themselves while being supported and not being singled out.
Okay, what are they going to do when they get there? Do they just go around and see the vendors, or what's involved?
Sure. So they'll be able to go around to see each vendor. So they're at their choice. We're not forcing anyone. The providers are going to be able to speak to them, let them know what type of services that they need. So if you're a homeless individual who needs clothes for an interview or food, they're able to take advantage of that. If you're just someone in the community and you want to come and network, you're able to network with other providers who may be in the type of work that you're in. So there's something for everyone. And I doubt that anyone that needs help is going to leave there without a referral. Doesn't mean that that service provider can necessarily help them, but even if we're not able to help them, we're able to collect that type of data and use this to present to the community. Look, we had X amount of people that came for this service. Why can't this county or this city support that? That really helps us when it comes to grant writing.
Right.
I remember when you had this last year, and that parking lot was full over at the shopping center. Yeah, a lot of vendors.
We were very very pleased, especially again coming off the heels of the COVID pandemic, being able to get people to come together and gather without the barriers that were associated with the lockdown.
All right. So explain the family unification program.
So in regard to Section 8?
Yes.
So the family, it would be better to speak towards that as our Section 8 director. But as a whole, Section 8 housing is it provides support for individuals who can't afford housing. There are eligibility requirements for that program, like all
It's
of our
not
programs.
generally just totally free either.
No. So they will pay in general a portion. The way that program works in general, they will pay a portion, ideally what they can afford for that. And still, even the goal with that is, as those families are in need at that point for housing, the goal is to identify supports to be lifted out of that circumstance. So then that someone else can take advantage of those services. Again, our theme is about, helping people up and not just giving, not just handing out.
Right. And where is this going to happen on Friday?
Another great question. That's why you're in the seat that you are. Yes. So it's going to be in the parking lot of our central agency here in Onlo. It's located at 237 New River Drive, right here in Jacksonville, North Carolina, 28540. For more information and or to donate or support, please call 910-347-2151, extension 143. And that's this Friday, August 18th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come join me, my staff, other community partners. I'm sure there's going to be county commissioners, other elected type of officials. Will be a time to engage them and ask them the questions that sometimes people are afraid to ask. Sure. You're on the spot. Let's see how you're gonna support this community.
All right, sounds like a winner.
Jared, can I get that number one more time, please?
Sure, it's 910-347-2151, extension 143.
Got it. All right.
All right, that sounds like a winner. Anybody out there got a question for Jarek? You want to ask a question or you need something repeated, give us a quick call, 910-333-0139, 910-333-0139. Jarek, you guys are always in need of something, I'm sure. Is there anything in the community that you could get help from, to some support?
Sure. So first, if you identify a family that's in need, no matter what it is, whether you refer to us or one of our partners, we want to make sure we have the opportunity to try to help that family. So that's one way that you can help us, because the more people we help, that's more information that we could use to get new grants. Mm-hmm. We're always in need of, what do you think? Funds, money. and that's important. It's really hard to make things move without money. So if you so choose, an organization or anyone in the community would like to donate to an organization who is able to show you where that money is going, again, you can call that number 910-347-2151. There'll be staff member to help you to be able to give you the instructions on how to donate, and just tell other partners about us. That would be the main thing.
Are you do you have partners from these other counties you were talking about, New Hanover and I forgot the other one?
Yes, New Hanover and Duplin. Yes, we have partners in Duplin and New Hanover, and the same work is being done in those counties. Since we had to downsize. So while we don't currently have a physical location in those counties now, we do have staff who work remotely. So they're out in the community. Sometimes they're actually partnering with folks like NC Works, who allow our staff to meet those individuals who think about it. They're there to get a job, but if you're there getting a job, it probably means you don't have funds. So we're able to support them with the other needs.
That's good. We got a caller. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing fine, Mr. Adorable.
Yeah. So what's your, I didn't get his name. What is his name, please?
Jarek, Jerrick.
Yeah. Jared, how are you?
I am fantastic, my friend.
Welcome to 97.1.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Listen, I think you should, Rayford, I think you should bring this gentleman in once a month to keep up on all the stuff that he's doing.
We got no problem with that.
Yes, none whatsoever.
It's a great thing that what he's doing, and I think he should come up at least once a month, tell us, update things, tell us who needs help, and as being the Bible Belt over here, I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to help his people and whoever needs help. And I think it would be good if he shows up once a month and helps the cause like that.
We're going to give him.
Would that be all right?
The invitation is to come be the bell ringer anytime you are available. How's that?
That is wonderful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I think you're doing a lot of good for the community, and that's what we need. If Lee, like you say, we got to stick together. All the people have to get together and help. All these people that are in need. Okay, there's so much destruction going on around the world, and we're very lucky that we're in an area that we don't. You saw what happened in Hawaii.
Yep.
We see what happened in Ukraine. People dying left and right for no reason at all. We're just visiting here. Nobody's here to stay. But if there's people in this community that need help, I think we should all give a helping hand and put a smile on everybody's face.
I agree.
I totally agree with you.
Well
and
said.
I was going to ask him also about all those homeless population that we have with a lot on the military homeless in this area.
Oh, yes.
I see them all the time.
Yes, sir. And through the Section 8 program, there is a veterans program there that there are ways that program recognizes that this is a family, this is a member of our community that has he put his life on the line to serve this country. And so there are ways to support them.
That's the kind of stuff we need.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming in. Hope to see you again and hear from you. And I hope your program works. And I'm really happy that we have something like that and you're helping out. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. You
Thanks,
really
Theo.
warmed my heart. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Theo, thank you. It's one of our
Excellent.
frequent callers.
Yes.
So anyway.
And things like that are dear to his heart.
Oh, they
just
are.
like the rest of us.
He's really into it.
Yes.
Jarek, thanks for taking the time
Thank
this morning,
you.
sir.
Look, thank you for giving me the opportunity. This is not an
I'll have to
opportunity.
drive
that,
by.
Absolutely.
I'll drive by Friday.
I would love to. It's a beautiful studio. Thank you for doing the work that you do and giving folks like me with a tiny voice a bigger voice.
Yeah, well, that's what we're here for.
A great voice.
Thank you. Let's take a break. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and pay top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only copper protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand, forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech, luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. It's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2022 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it.
It's not for everyone, only for you. The medication your doctor prescribes is exclusively yours to take as directed. Nobody else should be taking it. It's up to you to keep your medication secure and to safely dispose of any unused medications. Don't let anyone take what's yours. Your prescription, your responsibility. Be aware, don't share. Lock your meds.
Supported by NCDHHS, Division of Mental Health, Developmental Disabilities, and Substance Abuse Services. Visit lockyourmeds.org/NC.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back. Sideline Marine getting ready to open the doors in about 5 minutes, 4 minutes, something like that. And if you go down there right now, you'll see them moving the boats around, putting them out by the road, so you can see some of the choices that they have. And if you're not in the mood yet for a new boat, maybe you like your boat. Maybe your boat's great, but your motors just ain't what they used to be, kind of like the old gray mare. Maybe you could just go in there and get refitted.
Do they have cameras on the front, on the road?
No.
They're putting boats out there?
Yeah, but they're only there during the day. They're behind the fence at nighttime.
What? I have a hitch.
Yeah. And everybody there is a concealed carry permittee. You know that, right?
Well, so am I.
Yeah. But you outnumbered.
Yes.
No.
Outnumbered.
Tideline Marine is right there on 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. If you put it into your GPS, about 2/3 of the GPS units will take you to the courthouse. No, that's not where they're at. So just come back across the bridge and as you leave town.
Just about across the street from the Marina Cafe. Everybody knows where that's at.
Well,
just a little bit.
Across 2 streets.
Right.
You got to get across Marine Boulevard and then, that area.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see a vacant lot right across the street with some vehicles parked there where they're going to build something at some point in time. The city is going to build something. But Tideline's got used boats, new boats, whatever kind of boat you want. They can get them. They got working on getting a new line of boats one of these days. Some folks are requesting certain things, so we can work on it, can give it a whirl. So if you're into fishing and you haven't tried some of the lures that they got downtown, or maybe your old lures are just not working anymore, maybe you ought to come by and pick up something, because there's always lure manufacturers out there, and they're doing everything they can to make sure that you have what you need. When they get reports that a certain color works well or a certain type of lure, they go through and they streamline it or may start a new production line, and they depend upon people like you, because we always tell them, the manufacturers, when we buy stuff, we tell them what you are telling us. So that's always a good thing. Again, Tideline, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. There is a small craft advisory in effect, and it's going to be that way until late tonight. Southwesterly winds offshore 15 to 20, gusts to 25, seas 4 to 5. Dominant period 5 seconds. Sounds and rivers are choppy. Wednesday and Thursday are identical. Southwesterly winds both days 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 both days. Sounds and rivers are a moderate chop both days.
Okay, today we have a 20% slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 p.m. Mostly sunny with a high near 96. Heat index values as high as 113.
Ouch.
Southwest wind 8 to 13 with gust as high as 21. Tonight is 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, with some of the storms producing heavy rainfall. Increasing clouds, a low around 75. Wednesday has 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms likely, mainly after 2 p.m. Mostly cloudy with a high near 88. And Thursday, 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high near 85. So, yeah, it looks like we're going to get a little bit of rain.
Yep.
And we need it.
I was just trying to find something that would tell me what the record high temperature for Jacksonville has been. Hottest temperature ever recorded in Jacksonville, NC.
I think we beat it.
102 degrees.
Ooh.
No, it wasn't this year. It was July 30th of 2011. Wow. How about that? Wow. There were records in the area. Jackson Springs, I'm not sure exactly where that is, was 107 in August of 1983.
Wow.
In Jackson, North Carolina, 105 September 7th, 1954, at 104 degrees on July 2012 in Hot Springs. Are these all North Carolina? Yeah, these are all North Carolina.
Wow.
Yep. Wow.
Have to bring up
It
my
was
mail.
been 104 in Wilmington, down around Southport area, got to 103. Let's see.
I think isn't this one of the hottest summers we've had in a while?
Yep.
It has been hot.
At the air station, it got to be 110 degrees. I think that was the same time back in 2011.
Right.
Wow.
I opened up the agenda for the next county commissioners
Yeah,
meeting,
let's hear about that.
which is Monday, August 21st at 6 p.m. And I'm reading it. Of course, I would love to have more information on it, and maybe it's one of the commissioners listening, they can call in. But on item 4, section A, Motorsports Economic Development Grant Agreement Public Hearing. The North Carolina General Assembly authorized funds to be appropriated as motorsports economic development grants to local governments to be utilized by qualifying race venues in North Carolina. Coastal Plains Dragway applied for and was awarded funds. On June 5th, 2023, the Board of County Commissioners accepted the Motorsports Economic Development Grant in the amount of $485,000. The Motorsports Economic Development Grant Agreement establishes the terms and conditions and respective responsibilities of the county and grant subrecipient Coastal Plains Dragway.
Okay. I guess they have a separate place in there
Yes.
for development of motorsports. How about continuing development of our marine resources, such as marinas? We only have one legitimate marina in Jacksonville, right?
That's true.
Period. And they, like all other marinas, are struggling after that pandemic mess, and then some other things in the marine industry that happened, including the demise of BRP, which is the manufacturer of Evinrude outboard motors. One of the oldest outboard motor companies in the world, by the way. BRP took it over sometime in the early 2000s.
Right. I'm very curious about this. I know it's the North Carolina General Assembly which authorized funds to be
Yes.
appropriated.
So I'd like to know from our North Carolina General Assembly if they can't get some similar thing for marina updates and upgrades.
Well, I don't see why not. I mean, like the Coastal Plains Dragway is privately owned.
Yes, it is.
And so is the marina.
So is Tide Mart.
So I would love to have more information on this as to what the specifics are. I know Jennifer Bumgardner, the grant manager, will give a brief introduction, and then there'll be a public hearing on it, and then the commissioner discussion. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So, oh well, it'd be nice to be able to get grants to rebuild some docks, for instance.
Yes.
and replace some stuff that has been damaged over the decades.
Yes, the only city actually dock we have is right there across from the marina, right? And it's just one. Is it
A
access
dock,
for
or you talking about a launching ramp?
a launching
Yeah,
ramp?
that's
Yes,
the
I
only
was
one.
trying to
It's the
find
only
the
one in the
words.
city. It's a wildlife ramp
Right,
maintained by North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission.
but it's only one ramp, right?
No, there are 4 different slots there.
Oh, there were 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can launch 4 boats at a time.
Okay, good. Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I've been down there.
it's a huge. And I'll tell you what, there are times they could use 8 or 10 sites.
Right. Here's another interesting one. Public hearing on Onslow County tattooist
Who? Tattooists?
ordinance.
I was wondering what they were always called.
Repeal
I
Chapter 8.
thought it was tattoo artist.
It says tattooist. The Onslow County
It's
Health
like a
Department
florist.
has conducted an evaluation of local Board of Health rules in keeping with the North Carolina Local Health Department accreditation activities. This the evaluation revealed a 1981 tattooist ordinance. Statewide tattoo regulations became effective April 1st, 95, with North Carolina General Statute 138-283. With the implementation of statewide tattoo regulations, the repeal of Onslow County 1981 tattooist ordinance was recommended as part of the Board of Health
Totally
rules
agree with that.
evaluation conducted in July.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about
two different types of laws, and one of them enforced by local and the other enforced by the
Right.
state. Basically, they got state laws that local boards can enforce.
So we're going to
let's
talk
do
about
that.
dragways,
Yep.
speedways, and
Yep.
we're going to talk about tattoos.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yep. So well, it should be something at that meeting.
Of course, there's rezoning requests.
Always.
Always. And a public hearing on the Burton. Oh, that's another rezoning. Yeah, it's always a lot of rezoning. Oh, and then the general items, 800 megahertz radio system service agreement, which is very important. We need that.
Yep.
So this system cost the city of Jacksonville and Onslow County approximately $12 million.
Yep.
The radio system was completed and went into full operations in the second quarter of 2015. So, yes, we definitely need to keep that up. And, of course, Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina Administrative Services, specific and aggregate stop-loss renewals. Blue Cross Blue Shield is very important for our county employees. And Animal Rescue Plan Act. Wow.
Mondays will be a good meeting.
Yes.
All right, let's take a break, and then you got 2 little mutts over there that want their
Yes.
backs scratched.
Yes.
So you'll have to take care of them, and we'll take a break. When we come back, we're going out there to get the latest on the fires in Hawaii, and
So
the death
sad.
toll is up to 99. You're live on Local Real Talk. Don't go too far from radio. We'll be right back. If you want to chat, now's your time. We have no more guests scheduled. 910-333-0139, 910-333-0139.
It's 1997. Locally owned and operated Jersey Mike's, 301E Western Boulevard right here in Jacksonville, has provided only the best hot and cold subs and healthy salads to our community and our military neighbors, and thanks all our customers for making Jersey Mike's a sub above. Jersey Mike's features hot and cold subs in different sizes, served Mike's way or your way, in addition to delicious, healthy salads. To place your order or for takeout, phone 910-353-8091. Once again, Sam Duran and the staff of Jersey Mike's, 301E Western Boulevard, Jacksonville, thanks you for making them a sub above.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384. If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
Hurricane season. If you're not prepared, now's the time to visit Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morehead Plaza in Morehead City. Whether for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer, Williams Hardware has the tools and accessories to help protect against high winds and water. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies. Williams Hardware, your helpful handy hardware store, also cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington Grill for Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morehead Plaza in Morehead City. Williams Hardware is open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158, and be prepared this hurricane season.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer, and you should be too. With the Cub Cadet zero-turn lawn tractors and walk-behind lawnmowers from Cub Cadet, all engineered with premium features, leaving you with a well-manicured lawn. Stop by Mills International Incorporated today and unlock the possibilities of your yard. With Cub Cadet, head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street for exceptional offers, expert advice, and superior service.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
And we're back in about 40 minutes after the hour, and coming up on the top of the hour. We'll have obviously Fox News break, and then going into a little bit of music. And 10 o'clock, we got another dose of the Daily D's with our buddy Rick Dees. And at 3 o'clock this afternoon, he's going to lead into Hollywood Man.
That's right, our celebrity, our local celebrity.
The nice, gentle, easygoing Hollywood. He'll be in there handling all the tunes and spinning those. I think he's going to resurrect some records and put a turntable in.
I'm going to tell you
I've got a
what,
bunch of records.
some of this music they've been playing lately has just been so good.
Yep.
A lot of tunes that I've missed hearing.
Out there in Hawaii, death toll is now at 99. Likely will continue to climb. Governor Josh Green said hundreds remain unaccounted for as a recovery group with cadaver dogs continue to search the hardest hit areas. Maui Police Chief John Pelletier said about 25% of the town has been searched so far. He also announced the county would begin the painful process of releasing the identities of those who have died. The identities of 3 people have been confirmed so far, though family members have reported their own deaths based on eyewitness sightings. 20 cadaver dogs are being used. Wow. Search teams coming from everywhere.
I couldn't even imagine being someone out there searching.
Trapped on an island, and a huge wildfire passes through, destroys one town. Man, that's just
There's a lot of controversy coming up about why they didn't sound the alarm.
Yeah.
The tsunami type alarm that they have. That's going to be interesting to see what comes out of that. But 99, and they expect more.
As many as 750 utility poles. Those are the ones that are carrying the power lines.
Yes.
As many as 750 of those have been damaged or destroyed completely. More than 300 transformers were damaged or destroyed. And from what I'm hearing, there is a shortage of transformers. And our folks, not just for there, but for transformers all across the nation, the heat is taking its toll. Transformers get hot. Some of the transformer companies are restructuring, and they're designing their transformers with different internal components. I think oil is used in a lot of them. and
Ooh.
that gets overheated, and you know what happens when oil gets overheated.
Most definitely.
So they've had a lot of transformers to blow, and you know, I still, we got all this. We got power grids out there that, like Duke Power back over Christmas, is just fearing the cold weather at that time was going to cause blackouts. They intentionally went to brownouts and shut down some areas for a short period of time, except that in one area that I know of, where my cousin lives there, out in the Rocky Point area, they forgot to turn them back on again.
I'm surprised with this terrible heat that we've had. We've not had power outages.
Knock on wood.
Yes.
So,
but like I told you, I use that smart thermostat, and it cuts my use way back during the peak time. So I'm doing my part.
Ours somehow a month ago got reset so that at nighttime it kicked the temperature down, and it was basically right cold in the house. And I thought, why did we do that? And Robbie's the programmer, so I didn't say anything. And I finally said one night, I said, did you intentionally have this thing set down? No, I don't know. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be 75 degrees. It was down at 70.
Oh, I set mine on mine 75.
Well, my
also.
bill last month was $400. This month is $300.
Mine was $140.
I don't want to hear from you.
But I have a much smaller house than you do.
Yeah.
I don't have all this that you do.
And all sorts of stuff going and coming. The doors opening and closing, of course.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yeah. I was going back to Maui, still 1,000 people unaccounted for.
Yeah.
I hope they find most of those that are somewhere in hotels or, I don't know. It's just terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
A North Carolina state employee was killed by the father of a child he hit with a state-owned vehicle Monday morning in Pearson County. Deputies with the Pearson County Sheriff's Office say that Jeffrey McKay was driving a state-owned vehicle when he struck and killed a boy who was walking with his parents on a road near Timberlake about 6:30 Monday morning. Deputies say the family had run out of gas and had started walking together. McKay, an engineering supervisor with the State Department of Adult Corrections, pulled over and called 911. That's when deputies say that the father, Chad Wills, pulled out a gun and shot him.
That's crazy.
Deputies said that the couple then jumped into McKay's truck and drove away, leaving McKay and the body of their dead child at the scene. According to deputies, drivers passing the scene called 911. McKay was taken to a local hospital where he died. Deputies say they found McKay's state truck at the Woods residence where they arrested Chad Woods. Deputies charged Woods with second-degree murder and larceny of a motor vehicle. Deputies said the mother of the child that was killed has not been charged. That is a screwy story.
It is very. I don't even know where to begin with commenting on that one.
That is a messed up mess.
Evidently, that father was very
upset.
Yes.
You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Our number is 910-333-0139. Alexa, call right now, 910-333-0139. We'll be right back.
I had a question about my insurance the other day, so I called my new State Farm agent. And would you believe I talked to the same person who remembered my name? They said that was called service. And then they asked if my dog Max was over his cold. They called that service too. And then they helped me find ways to save on my home and auto coverage. I asked State Farm what they called that. They said service.
Call David Hall, State Farm, 910-455-0440, 1218 Country Club Road, Jacksonville.
The Burrow Restaurant and Bar in Swansboro is hiring. We're currently looking for experienced line cooks and expos. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. The Burrow is open 7 days a week. Stop by for an application. Our sister restaurant, Il Cigno Italiano, is also hiring line cooks, expos, and bartenders. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. The Burrow Restaurant on Front Street and Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue, both in Swansboro.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things call Slits, down home down the street on the Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street, Maysville. Whole top sirloin is only $5.99 a pound. Whole Boston butt, just $1.99 a pound. Whole top blade, $5.79 a pound. How about baby back pork ribs, $2.79 a pound. Fresh ground beef, 10 pounds or more, just $3.09 a pound. Boneless chuck roast is $4.79 a pound. Jumbo pack, thighs or drumsticks is just $1.09 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, and they use only the finest certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Over in produce, Ambrosia apples, just $1.99 a pound. How about a 5-pound bag of Yukon Gold or red potatoes for just $4.99? Red or white seedless grapes are only $2.99 a pound. Yellow or zucchini squash, just $1.99 a pound. Juicy red or black plums, $2.99 a pound. Ruby grape tomatoes, 2 for $4. Crisp and tender snap beans are only $2.49 a pound. And 2 8-packs of the 12-ounce size of Coke and Sprite for just $9. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things call Slits, down the street on the Richlands Highway here in Jacksonville or Main Street, Maysville. Remember, say big with the pig.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right, I want to hear about that story. Cape Lookout, something you got there?
Yes,
What's going on there?
This is crazy. Officials at the North Carolina coast are warning visitors to a nearby island at the Outer Banks after some have gotten stuck when low tide rises. A narrow sand bridge has appeared during the lowest of low tides in the past 2 weeks, connecting Shark Island and Cape Lookout. Cape Lookout National Seashore officials said that there have been at least 2 incidents of visitors crossing to Shark Island and becoming trapped as the tide rises behind them.
You don't want to do that.
Well, duh.
Shark Island's a fairly long ways from the mainland there at Cape Lookout, too.
Well, you need to be conscious of the tides.
Absolutely. So just don't do that.
Well, that's like what happened with that boater in Florida, the one that was 2 days in his John boat.
Mhm.
He said what had happened was he didn't account for the high tide coming in as fast as it did, which swept him out.
High tide coming in.
Yes, coming in, sweeping them out. I don't know. You can figure that one. But that's what he said.
I don't get that one.
Oh, just so everybody know, the landfill on Meadowview Road will be closed Thursday, the Onslow County landfill. They're doing some work on the scales. I think they were replacing the scales. They'll be back up on Friday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Representative Greg Murphy has introduced new legislation that will ensure senior citizens can continue working but earn their full Social Security benefits. The way it has been, you will, if you're getting Social Security benefits and you want to go back to work full time and you want to earn some money, there's only a certain amount of money that you can earn before you're going to lose Social Security benefits.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You're working for free.
He's introduced the Senior Citizens Freedom to Work Act. He did it last week, which repeals the retirement earnings test. This test reduces benefits for Social Security beneficiaries who claim early retirement but choose to continue working and make above a certain threshold. Yeah. So
that's good.
Now I could go back to work full time. Oh, goody.
You see so many seniors having to work.
Oh, yeah.
Just to live, just to eat.
You don't live on Social Security benefits very much. I can tell you that right now.
Something I noticed, I watched a Board of Education meeting earlier this month, and Superintendent has come out with a new vision for 23-24. It's called Raising the Bar.
Raising the bar.
He wants to raise the bar for Onslow County schools. And as he was saying, and as the chairman was saying, that they want to make Onslow County the best schools in the state.
Well,
so
that would be
raising the
nice.
bar.
Let's do it. Just get on with it.
So anyway, I posted on our Facebook page, and you can click on it, and it gives his vision for 23-24.
Maybe we get him in here.
Yeah.
Give him a call. See if he wants to come in.
Yeah.
He'll have to know the new place, of course.
It also can gain access to supply lists, orientation dates, and other important back-to-school resources. So school starts very soon. Very, very soon. So you might want to get a heads up on what you might be looking at.
Okay, let's see. What else we got here? They've still got time to call if you want to. 910-333-0139. A Gloucester man, that's up there in the down east area, has been arrested for a 2020 overdose death, charged with second-degree murder and death by distribution.
Wow.
Carteret County deputies arrested William Eugene McMillian, 43, of Straits Road, Gloucester, following the overdose death of Heidi Gwendon of Otway. McMillian was identified by detectives as having sold the opiates laced with fentanyl that caused the death. People, how many times do we have to tell you this stuff called fentanyl? There's no telling what kind of drugs. It could be pot that you're buying.
That's right.
But it's just a little dab will kill you. And a lot of times these guys will put just a little bit in there, not knowing how much is they put in there, that how deadly that it will be. They put enough in there so that it'll keep you coming back and buying their pot, because their pot is better than your pot. It could be in anything else. It could be laced in with who knows, junk, baking powder.
Right.
They can sell you some real cool Coke and it's really baking powder, but you put a little fentanyl in there, it gives you a buzz. So, hey, this is the best Coke I've ever had. Idiots.
You talk about drugs. I was watching that show On Patrol Live on Saturday. I told you it's one of my favorite shows. And it's live. And they had featured on there, one of their departments was Haven, Arkansas Police Department. And they had stopped this one woman in a car on the interstate for following too closely.
Yeah.
And needless to say, they found 148 1-pound bags stuffed in the trunk of her car.
Of what? Fentanyl?
Marijuana.
Marijuana.
But they said that more than likely the car that she was following was probably involved in this. And she had a book that had a lot of codes and numbers in it. So she was going to go deliver. She was a mule. She had got the car in one state. She was licensed in South Carolina, got the car in another state, traveled to Arkansas to pick it up, I guess, and then was en route back south with the marijuana.
Wow.
Yeah, when they opened that trunk, I was like, holy moly.
I bet you they were surprised. Wonder why they opened the trunk.
Well, they brought the drug dog out.
The drug dog
yeah,
got
and
nosy.
they had reason to suspect because I think they could smell the odor themselves. But they didn't see any visibly, so they brought the canine in, and the canine was just like all over that trunk.
Oh yeah,
so guess what?
That would do it. That would do it.
And of course, her response was, "It's not mine. It's not mine."
Okay, let's see. Don't forget the Camp Lejeune contaminated water compensation thing. You've got, what, a year or less now to get signed up?
Yeah, just a little less than a year.
So you need to go find you somebody who can sign you up. I personally would pick a nice local individual, somebody who doesn't have a staff of millions.
I like Attorney King that called in that day.
He did well. Ken King,
Ken
local
King.
guy here. He's signing you up. He's got a business,
right?
But he doesn't have a staff of 1,000 or 100.
No, he doesn't. And he's the local. Local boy.
What happens is, you sign up with a big firm, then you're going to pay your fair share of everybody's employee who works there. Of every employee who works there, you can pay your fair share. So everything that you get coming to you ain't going to be coming to you.
Right.
That's the way it is. Now, You may have to pay up to a third normally, but sometimes there's all these extras that are added on that you don't know about.
That's right.
Ask questions when you go in, wherever you go. How much are you going to charge me? And what are you going to charge me for? I mean, this is just going to be a cut and dried. You fill out the paperwork the way it's supposed to be filled out and be done with it, right? Well, we'll have to get Ken in here again, Ken
Yes.
King, and
Yes,
talk to him about
definitely.
that. What's some of the things that people need to know? All right. Okay. We'll take a break about 22 hours and we'll be back in here. Kelly will be back tomorrow,
Yes.
fresh from her visit. And then
Yes.
we can question her because she has no idea why she's going.
Yeah, I have an
That's gonna be
appointment.
funny.
I didn't know.
You're live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSMA. Don't forget, coming up is Fox News Break, and at 10 o'clock this morning, Rick Dees will be spinning some of the cool sounds from yesteryear. And at 3 o'clock, he'll lead into Hollywood Man, who will continue
Yes.
that tradition. And Hollywood programs, his show got all sorts of cool music that he plays.
He certainly does.
Have a great rest of your day. Do whatever you can to stay cool, and not only stay cool, but be cool.
WSC, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, OCJ Papa State charges, including racketeering and conspiracy, filed against former President Donald Trump by the Fulton County District Attorney. Texas